Hello. Are we headed for a recession? Well, in this video, I'll go over why I think that a recession is just around the corner with some data to back it up. But first, let's talk about interest rates here. Last week, we saw that, again, interest rates are still over 7.12%. And that's the fourth consecutive week that interest rates have been over 7%, which is, basically because there's still a lot of economic news that shows strength in the economy. But I'm starting to see some cracks. So even though there's some strong points there in the economy, here's a couple of things that I think will show that we're just around the corner from a recession. So while inflation has decelerated, firmer economic data has put pressure on mortgage rates to remain high, creating affordability challenges for our home buyers, right? So there are some cracks in the data. First of all, I want to just go and talk about credit card delinquencies. For those people that are under 30 years old, credit card delinquencies are over 90 days delinquent. And that is much higher, and that's a high number. And it's almost twice as much as for those that are over 30 in those kind of age groups. The other thing that's out there is that home prices are still going up. So last month, home prices in July went up 1.5%, according to Black Knight, which does a survey of home appreciation. And that's almost a little more than double of what it was in June. That was 0.7%. So from the beginning of the year, home prices are up 4.4%, which would equate to a 7.5% annualized pace in gains. 99 out of 100 cities that they surveyed showed, those kinds of gains. And then there's the job market, right? We know that unemployment is a key focus for the Fed, as it's been way too strong for their liking. But looking at the BLS data, which aggregates all the data there, the numbers have been coming in weaker. And then there's been negative revisions, and those negative revisions are getting bigger and bigger. So many will say that we cannot see a recession when unemployment rate is low, but we never see recessions until the unemployment rate starts to go high. Let me show you with this chart here. So you'll notice that there's some gray lines all the way across here, right? And so those gray lines, the first one back here that you see is from the 2008, 2010, mortgage meltdown time. There's one back here in 2001 or so, or 2002. There's another one in 1990. And then here's the one from the 80s that I lived through. Every single time you'll notice that unemployment has peaked. And then over here it's peaked, and then it starts to come down. Same here. We get a recession, unemployment goes up. Now, the exception to this is obviously the pandemic right here. And so we had just an enormous amount of easing and stimulus, to keep us from a recession here. So once the unemployment rate bottoms out, which we think it actually bottomed out in April at 3.4%, it's moved up to 3.8%. And when that starts to move higher and higher, then we'll see a recession with 100% accuracy. It then moves us to into the recession period, and that's when you're going to be able to see interest rates start to come down just a little bit. If we when we see the recession and inflation start to come down, we'll also see mortgage rates start to decline, as they always do. But remember, when rates come down, home prices are not going to come down. There's still a lack of inventory that is still the biggest roadblock for people and families trying to purchase a home today. So next week, there's just a couple things that'll move the market. We're looking at the consumer price index on Tuesday. Again, that's going to be important to watch. The other thing is the gosh, I can't remember what the other thing is on Thursday, but stay tuned. If something really moves, just let us know. We just, really appreciate your business. I know it's tough out there. If you're out there looking for a home, don't give up. Right now is still the very best time for you to purchase a home. All right. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.